It Was Just an Accident is the latest film to win the prestigious Palme d'Or at Cannes and has had some political baggage tied to its very being, the film itself being made in secret after the imprisonment of director Jafar Panahi. The film is about an Azerbaijani mechanic, Vahid, who abducts a person he believes to be his torturer from when he was in prison due to the familiar sound of the latter's peg leg. The film most certainly contains well-constructed political commentary on the current condition of Iran's state control. As someone largely ignorant of the nitty-gritty of it all, the film serves as an introductory education into the lives of the everyday people who are at the whim of higher, corrupt powers in Iran right now. The film refuses to be averse with its thematic content, not relying on hinting at what is being discussed through subtext, but openly critiques the brutality of the state. To express it bluntly in vanilla terms, It Was Just an Accident is a damn fine political thriller. It is legitimately angry at those in power who construct the systems to oppress those who believe it to be unjust, and that anger seeps through. I, as an audience member, was terrified of the implications of Vahid's actions as the potential threat of government rebuttal became more present, encroaching upon him. But it is crucial, maybe even more so, not to downplay the severity of Panahi's fury, is the fact that the film is a darkly satirical comedy. Yes, the film is tense. However, Panahi does not lose sight of the common people he focuses the story around. These people, especially supporting characters Golrak and Hamid, are heightened. The lighter moments, the film is almost never quite light, but the contrast is clear nonetheless, bring forth a sense of levity to the otherwise darkness of the film's moral debate, to kill the torturer or not. The two characters mentioned prior may serve the function of being comic relief skewing, but, as characters within the narrative, they have that same anger Panahi clearly carries, made palatable to offer contrast to the big three performances of the film. The second function of Panahi's implementation of satire in the film is to present to people the absurdity of Iran's contemporary state. There's a moment involving a card reader in particular, which is so simply put that it got laughed out of myself and the rest of the audience in my screening. It's satire through bluntness, a clear image of reality which doesn't feel real due to how Panahi crafts the scene to be so mundane in its conflict with the core cast of characters. The big three performances of It Was Just an Accident are Vahid Mobaseri, Mariam Afshari, and Ebrahim Azizi. To start with, Mobaseri and Afshari are incredible at grounding the film into two easily pinpointable characters amidst the darkness and comedy of it all. We can see how their experiences in prison at the hands of a torturer shape their every move when it comes to the handling of Ekbal, the man who may or may not be the one who tortured them. Aside from Ekbal, the other key characters offer smaller glimpses into other internalized worlds, other perspectives on the state of Iran, but the differing views wouldn't matter so much if they weren't anchored around the very clearly rounded characters of Vahid and Shiva, Mobaseri and Afshari respectively. They carry the emotional nuances, having to do the work that no one else can quite do. They're the most dedicated to an ideal of justice, which the other characters don't quite fit as well. Ebrahim Azizi as Ekbal then bookends the film. There's a segment of runtime early on, the opening one, which features him, and is where Panahi puts most of his cards on the table, establishing the rest of the story through a brief microcosm, the conclusion of which differs from the actual full narrative, as it is wholly characterization of this man who is enigmatic in a manner which has the audience guessing whether he is Vahid's torturer or not. This all comes to a head in maybe the year's best ending, specifically the final two scenes, two perfect one-take scenes with differing attitudes in just how to move or not move the camera. I refuse to say much here, because I can't bring myself to spoil any details, but the big three performances are incredible in how the attitudes are abrasive against each other, forcing a sense of horrific unease as I watch the climax of this attritional ideological debate, where one side is so clearly more sympathetic and human, and the distillation of Panahi's own perspective, which the portrayal of is so clearly the objective Panahi holds dear for this film especially. I can't say anything about the rest of his filmography. I'll be educating myself and watching more very soon. I can say that much. So, if I haven't quite convinced you that It Was Just an Accident is close to a perfect film in my eyes, I shall say it once more. It is practically perfect in its balance of satirical humour to ease the pain of the situation that Panahi has witnessed firsthand. I don't say this purely because it won the Palme d'Or, but that did bestow upon this film certain expectations, which I will say were met, and more. If given the opportunity, you must watch It Was Just an Accident. It Was Just an Accident, 5 stars. Well, that's all. Keep on watching movies, and form your own opinions. See you in the next one.